Yeah, so I am here, alright, and I'm just here to talk about what I'm hearing since lately about this atheistic movement and so forth. Now, Richard Dawkins and his fans, his followers, those fanatic about him and about his book, The God Delusion and the Selfish Gene and those stuff. And many others, not only Richard Dawkins, but evolutionists, biologists, and all these, well, not biologists and a whole, but evolutionists and all these atheist men proclaim that God does not exist. No, if God does not exist, then I try to find the purpose in life. And Richard Dawkins did a video on YouTube, couple of videos on YouTube about the purpose of life, and up to now he cannot fully clarify the purpose in life. He hasn't yet given a well efficient answer, a well adequate answer. His answer is still inadequate according to the purpose of life. Why? Because if there's no God, there's no purpose of life. Because why? If there's no theistic framework in the universe, then what is the sense of morality? What is the sense that we love? What is the sense that we cherish? What is the sense? I mean, come on. I mean, if God does not exist, that means there's no moral framework in the universe. That means I can do what I want because this is an autonomous culture. So that means I can kill anyone I feel like, rape anyone I feel like, slaughter anyone I feel like, rob, scam, and all these stuff. And if these atheists don't believe in God, why do they believe that attacks such as ISIS is wrong? Why do they grieve over the 9/11 event that took place? Why they grieve over these things? Why don't they endorse evil? That is my problem. That is my problem. And the thing is, why I believe that these men say that God does not exist. It's not from a scientific notation they're coming from. It's not from a scientific perspective, but it's from a moral claim. Because this is how God angle him. God is not a being like this we're gonna just love up you and tell her all the nice things them we want to hear. No, God is loving, and everything that God does is love. So God corrects us and point out our sinful state and point out our sin. But these men don't want to accept that. They want to live in their sin and so forth. So that is why they reject God. That is their problem. They reject God because if they accept God, that means they know that they are going to have to face the judgment that God is going to bestow upon them, and that means they're going to have to change their lifestyle for the better, not for the worse, for the better. Because they don't want to change for the better, they come up with all these foolish notions about God does not exist. All right, the proof of God. There's so many proof of God. One, a universal moral law is given. I mean, anywhere you go in the world, well, anywhere you go in most parts of the world, you will find that killing is wrong. Who said that killing was wrong? Who was the first one to say killing was wrong? That is one. Scientists and many others, and I don't think it takes scientists to know this, but the human being and other animal and other organisms and species were designed. So if they were designed, that means they have a designer. Another thing, the solar system, the 8 planets. It was 9, but no, 8 planets: Venus, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, exception of Pluto. All those planets, they rotate on their axis and they revolve around the sun on their on their orbit. And yet still, why do they orbit around the sun? Well, because of the sun's gravity. That is why they orbit around the sun. That's the information that I've gotten. All right. Now, asteroids crash into the earth and so forth. Why did that asteroids crash into the earth? Well, due to the earth's gravity. Now, let me ask, if asteroids and other space material crash into the earth because of its gravity, why is it that the earth doesn't crash into the sun? And let's say that the place is, let's just claim, give the atheist the upper hand now and say that the earth is, yeah, above is around 65 million years old. All right. So why is it that during that 65 million years, of the Earth existence, why is it that the Earth has never yet crashed into the sun or crashed into another um, space object, or crash into another planet, or so forth? Why hasn't it never done that before? That is my problem. So that is what I want to know, and I want them to answer that. And I believe that the reason why the planets haven't crashed into each other is because of God, a God that keep everything together. And prophecy. Let us look at the supernatural authority of the Bible. The Bible, for many years and many ages, have been tried. Men have tried to destroy the Bible, but has never had any success in doing such. I mean, burn the Bible. Hitler, they burned the Bible, and so forth. But in the same extent, the Bible still keeps on to come back up. Thousands a year. Atheists has always tried to disapprove the Bible, yet still the Bible is coming up. How is it? And one more thing, how is it that a cannibal man, read a Bible, and him lifestyle change? That me not understand. Me a cannibal, me love eat flesh and them things. Then me go read one book and then my lifestyle change. No, something just different. Something just, what I mean? It must have some supernatural attributes to it. Alright. Another thing, the prophecies of the Bibles are quite authentic. And if you check out the prophecy of Daniel, where he talks about the different kingdoms, how they come into line, he predicted how the kingdoms would come. You can read in Daniel chapter 7, in the book of Daniel. You'll find it in the book of Daniel where he predicts the different kingdoms and how the order in which they will come in. He predicted that, and then shortly after that, they came true. So explain that. How is it that a man predict that and then it come true? How is it? I understand. And one more thing. Abraham was not the first person to coin this notion of God. In fact, God exists from all eternity. And I mean, there were men before Abraham who preached God. Men like Seth and all those other men that preach about God. And explain. I just want the people to explain magic, witchcraft, sorcery. Explain those things to me. Explain the things that people have seen. The spiritual beings that people have seen. What? Those are aliens? I mean, me see some. I mean, no, it's not alien that. It's some spiritual being, some spiritual entity. And what else? Yes. Since atheists and evolutionists and biologists such as Darwin, since he's so smart, and since these atheist people are so rational, they are rational thinkers, since they are so intelligent, and their intellectual capacity has surpassed the average human being, I want them to tell me the first man to ever walk the face of the earth. Tell me the first man that ever walked the face of the earth. Do they have any record of the first man to ever walk the face of the earth? Do they? I bet if you should ask if you should ask Richard Dawkins, he would tell you no. Why? Because he doesn't know. And majority of these atheists, they don't know the first man to ever walk the planet of the earth. Why? Because simply they're not rational thinkers. Well, I know it's Adam. Why? Well, the Bible tells me so. And why? Because it is logical. If you can tell me the first man on the planet, yeah, brother, I'm not saying that this thing then. Again to what else? Yes. These men preach about evolution and say, yo boy, Big Bang, two particles collided together, they come together, boom, and explode, and everything came into being. The earth come, and then something form up in our waters. Man, the water come in our first place, but anyways, something form up in our water, and then it jump out our water. I guess it was protoctista. I guess it was an amoeba. Yeah, and the amoeba. Wait, it was fish. And the fish come out of the sea. The fish turn into a frog. The frog turn into a reptile. The reptile turn into a bird. Then the bird turn into a mammal. That mammal was some species, some within the species of monkeys, and then the monkeys became men. And I just saw everything just came about. So dogs weren't originally dogs. Dogs were probably iguanas before. Yeah. And cats weren't originally cats. Cats were probably originally catfish. Yeah. So all these men, yeah, them say evolution. Everything does come by evolution. Man may just come, so man may, evolution take place. It was a process. We came from this stage to where we are now in the 21st century. Now, my problem with that is nobody has never seen an evolutionary process like that. Nobody has never seen Richard Dawkins nor Stephen Hawking has never yet testified or proven, or any atheist or any evolutionist has ever testified or seen for themselves or proved for themselves that they saw a species metamorphosized into another species. None of them has never yet seen or given a testimony or an evidence of that factor. None has never did that. None. They say that why? Because evolution takes over 65. It's gonna take 1,000,000 years and so forth. Whoa. So that is your claim. So you can attest to the fact that we came from this stage, yet you can't attest to the fact that yet still you have never seen something transform from one species into another species. And they might use things like some bacteria transforming into some other form of bacteria. Let me use a simple illustration. The caterpillar transforming from a caterpillar to a butterfly. They say that's a process of evolution. Now I want to ask them, throughout all the ages where them know themselves, mankind know themselves, and the study of science and biology coming in, from that process, from that age since, have they ever seen a caterpillar transform into something otherwise from a butterfly? Has they ever seen a caterpillar transform from its previous stage into a bat or a bird? Or have they ever seen a butterfly transform into a pigeon or an eagle? No. The caterpillar constantly, repetitiously transform from a caterpillar into a butterfly. Why? Because that is in its genes. But we have never yet seen a butterfly transform into something else like a bird or a lizard or something. No, it constantly transforms into a butterfly. You know, part, I don't know part. I feel like say, yo, my chat be a foolishness. Not foolishness, I'm not saying because I'm not say a real thing, but feel like say just have this conversation about the proof of God is really nonsensical, because God is real. And no matter what you do, no matter what you try, no matter how hard God no exists, and how much video them man I put up on YouTube make them look like idiot. All this one boy, this man boy say atheistfriendly.com. This ugly man. This man they on YouTube. But when say I'm atheistfriendly.com, him always put up some things, boy. Whoa, why atheist? Some things that atheists should never say, some things that Christians should never say. This funny looking man. No, he may believe it's a complete evolution. The man they look ugly like a orangutan, you just yeah, the brother and Stephen Hawking, them probably they could attest to the fact that they came from some evolutionary process. I won't deny that. Probably Stephen Hawkins originally came from iguana, because when you look on the two of them and compare them, they're not that far-fetched. Yeah. So probably them, but me know for general idea, I know that yo, I came from the divine hands of God, and that give me a purpose in life. These men don't have any purpose in life. And the same brother me I talk about, him say him put up a video about why you should like death. 4 reasons why you should appreciate death. That is their hope, death. Then what is the purpose of life, brother? If your major hope lies in death, then what is the purpose of life? These men have no purpose. Why? Because they have abandoned the purpose giver. The one that gives purpose. They have abandoned that person, which is God, which is Jehovah, which is Jesus Christ. Yeah, man. Believe it or not. And though the world, well, I know the world, but I say the world, I become more atheistic. Though America is becoming more of an atheistic country due to secularism and due to them, different factors. The other parts of the world are accepting Jesus Christ, like China. China have one church there. It's one of the fastest growing church in the world right now. China. So the gospel is spread into different areas of the world. Places where atheistic belief was strong, now they are becoming Christians and accepting God. So me not make this thing where go on American, what these atheists them a travel to these countries. I make them something that bother me. Because while them people them a make people lost in hell with them, suddenly they know say 1,000 people get converted and they are receiving salvation daily. 1,000 people. So I will make that bother me, because I'll close this by saying that the Bible, with a Bible verse, in the Psalms, where the Psalms say, the fool had said in his heart, there is no God. The fool. And when you look upon them people, like, what of them are fool? What of them are some idiot? Richard Dawkins, he idiot that man. You come like say half a man brain and eat out the other half a brain, so he can't think. Yeah. Yeah. All that fool in his heart said there is no God. So brother, before you say there is no God, check yourself and tell me a purpose. And tell me your purpose in life and what you think is your purpose in life. Yeah. Check yourself, brother. Check yourself. And I mean, yeah. So and so forth. Yeah. And until someone can prove to me and show me where species transform into a different species, where if someone can show me where something where we once want to fly, turn a reptile, turn a lizard, or turn turn into a mosquito, then if I fly, somebody can show me where I fly turn into a mosquito, then yo, me accept the fact that say yo, I live evolutionary everything, but if you can't show me no evidence like that, brother, then keep your mouth shut. But anyways, if you want to chat, you chat. You have your mouth for chat, so chat. But when the judgment come, you get judge and it's just final. But I don't wish that. So, brother, yeah, just spend some time thinking and cogitating on the things of the world and try to find some time in the word of God and try to understand God. Because whether like it or not, he exists. And he loves you. Though he might not love you, God loves you. And he wants the best for you. So, yeah, that's it.